I am Anastacia-Reneé, and this incredible space is my first exhibit at the Frye Art Museum. And what's filling up the space is Alice, a fictional character, and Alice's home, and also the black market, which is next to Alice's home. I think that the black market is really important. It's an important way of introducing Alice because I feel like you can't really understand the full scope of Alice's story if you don't understand the black market. And for me, especially with everything that's going on right now, one of the things that sticks out for me in the black market is the hair of murdered blacks, 1955 to 2020, on sale for $1,500. And even when I say that out loud, I feel choked up. And one is supposed to feel choked up and think that it's absurd. This should be absurd. And that's what I was going for in the black market, is this level of disbelief and absurdity, while at the same time, these things are still happening. And there's no monetary value for lost lives and systemic racism and hurt and pain. So this black market is really integral to the entire piece for me, and all the absurdity that it represents, and the fact that it's right next to Alice's front door, which is soon to be a gentrified front door. Here we are in Alice's soon-to-be gentrified home, and what the person should experience while standing in Alice's space is that she knows that her home, her only supposedly sacred space, is being taken away from her. Yet she's still steadily nesting and trying to make her home her home. And theoretically, that's what I was trying to get across through the art and the text. Not only is there the physical and just worldly battle of like, my house is being gentrified, but there's a battle going on inside with trying to stay alive, and also trying to stay alive in her home. And the reality is that the body is going away and the home is going away. And I wanted really to stay close to the original idea of that in the way that the art is being presented. I didn't want it to look messy, like someone is packing and on their way out. Instead, I wanted it to look like somebody has really been intentional about where they want to place items, and they are really still living at home. And that's why I've got, Alice's shirts, they're hung, it doesn't look like the closet of someone who's packing up to leave. She's still trying to say, hello, 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 I'm here. And I think with the noose and the presence, for me, as the artist and the writer, this also captures the feeling of conflict and hypocrisy and absurdity, and the tug of war that Alice is going through. On the one hand, her home does feel like a home, a sanctuary. There's a level of safety that she feels. There was a level of ownership, but at the same time, what's hovering over those thoughts is the direct threat of systemic racism. And the other thing which I find really important in here is the laundry section, right? I'm dealing with of course, the idea of dirty laundry, but I'm also dealing with Alice's psyche of like, I have to keep things clean. I have to keep things organized. But at the same time, nothing is clean. Nothing is organized. I mean, even my womb is for sale. Who's taking care of the babies? Even the babies are being gentrified. So again, there's this clamor in Alice's mind and heart and spirit that's happening. Though again, her house is pristine and everything is in place, and her 5 shirts are hanging, and her portraits are hanging, and all of her favorite found items, and laundry is going to be done. And that is the crux of the Black woman's spirit, right? Keep it moving. Everything looks great. Everything is in place, but everything's not great and everything's not in place. I am sitting here in Alice's favorite place to be, which is the Lord, Audrey's Sanctuary. I felt it necessary to create an homage to Audre Lorde, and I felt it necessary to show Alice's deep connection with Audre Lorde. For Alice, her connection and love and respect for Audre Lorde goes beyond just like, ooh, that's my favorite writer. For Alice, she really needs Audre Lorde's presence in her life. In all the chaos, in the moving, in the cancer, in the fear, Alice created this space, a large space in her home, to be occupied by Audre Lorde to give her peace. For Alice already knows that Audre Lorde battled 2 kinds of cancers. And for Alice, the fact that Audre Lorde was diagnosed with breast cancer and went on to live a life and even write the cancer journals and do so much work was deeply inspiring to Alice. So we see Alice here at the place where she has sort of tried to freeze Audre Lorde, to say, yeah, in this video, in this time, Audre Lorde was diagnosed, and look how beautiful she is. Look what she's saying. I've been a woman for a long time. Beware my smile. Look at this. Look at her yellow head wrap. Look at all her sacred items. Look at the energy she carries. Look at those glasses. So, Alice is excited. And at the same time, Alice knows the flip side, that Audre Lorde was then diagnosed with another kind of cancer, and didn't fight as long, but still fought as hard. And so we have this side. Audre Lorde, one of the last readings she ever gave in Berlin. And so the sanctuary tries to echo Audre Lorde's life. It's really not about Alice. This part isn't about Alice. This is about lifting Audre Lorde up. And these commandments were written for Alice. Alice needed something to hold on to, something that made her feel like she had a purpose on the days when she just didn't feel like getting out of bed. So the Lord's 10 commandments were created. And some of them are direct quotes from Audre Lorde. These are not my words. This is the only thing in the exhibition that's not my words. These are all Audre Lorde's either direct quotes or a summarization of some of her quotes. And I called them together based on all of her books and the texts that are involved in the show. And even when I sit here as Anastacia, I feel a level of calm and strength. So it's subtle, but I think this is also one of the most important parts of the exhibit. My love and appreciation for Audre Lorde, in concert with Alice's love and appreciation and need for Audre Lorde.